Hey, Porch Chronicles. I'm going to dive into emotional intelligence because a lot of people don't understand it because we don't operate in it. I never did until I really started doing therapy work on myself. So this is what emotion, and I'm gonna go on my life. I'm gonna go on my life when it came to me and my son losing his father. Okay, all of us are gonna have trauma and drama in our life. We can't make people stay. We can't make people go. People gonna always come and go in your life. But when you lose someone that's really close to you, you have to go through all the stages of grieving. That's anyone. You can just lose a friend and it's gonna be like that because you love them. So when my late husband died, DeMarco lost a father, but I lost my partner. And I had been with this man since he was 12 and I was 13. So it was really deep. I never made a decision without him. So, and DeMarco, he was DeMarco's best friend. They were best friends. So we were both grieving very heavily. Now you have to realize, when you're grieving like that, life still has to go on. I still had to go back to work. DeMarco still had to go back to school, but we were carrying a lot that we didn't know how to talk about and we didn't know how to express. That's reality. We all have those kinds of traumas and stuff that we don't know how to talk about. And we move through life and we say, well, I'm okay, I'm okay. And in reality, we're not okay. We don't process what we feel. We don't cry about it. We try to be strong. And that is where we make the mistake. We don't process our feelings. We don't yell when we need to. We don't cry when we need to. We don't take time off when we need to. And we don't love on ourselves. So we push all of those emotions down. And every time something small happens, we blow up. When all of that stuff was going on with me and DeMarco, we had to totally start our lives over again. It was totally one day one thing, and the next day our whole lives had fell apart. So no, we didn't know how to talk about it. We didn't know how to do feelings. We didn't know how to do emotions, and we didn't even know how to process our own. So how do you think? Why do you think? And I have to go on me and I have to go on my child because this was us. DeMarco and me were at war. When his daddy died, we could not get along for anything because all he saw was, well, did my mama even love my daddy? Because she out in the streets and she drinking and she this and she that. But I couldn't stay in the house because he wasn't there no more. And I couldn't understand what he was feeling because he lost his father. You know, we had that conversation not too long ago. He was like, Mom, you know what? I really didn't understand what you was going through, and I was so hard on you. And I said that I didn't know what you was going through until my daddy died. And he was like, man, it's way different. I lost my father, but you lost your best friend, your partner, blah, blah, blah. He was like, man, I could see it from a different perspective now. I said, and I understand that. And I took that and I absorbed that, and it was what it was. Because like I said, he didn't know how to feel his feelings, but now he does. He knows how to process them. Did you know how many of us are in our 50s, 60s, and 70s that still don't know how to process feelings? Because it was never taught. So anytime that a person in your life that you love blows up on you, it's because of so many things they can't say, don't know how to say, or never was able to say. It ain't because of you. It's because of all of the shit they holding on to that they don't talk about. And I used to wonder why I was like that. Why do I have to do this? And why do I have to blow up on people? And I don't do none of that no more. Even when somebody comes for me, I'd be like, you know what? I acknowledge what you said. If that's how I made you feel, then I apologize for that because I have to accept that now. And if that hurts my feelings, I process it and I let it go. I'm not holding on to that no more. That's what we do. And that's why we run around here arguing, fussing, complaining. That's why we do it so much. Because we have so many things we wish we could let go of and we never do. I love you, Porch Chronicles.